There comes a point when you've believed for so many years that you don't know how to believe any harder than you already have. You've prayed, you've waited, you've trusted God, you've stood on His promises, and after all these years, you're still waiting. Maybe it was a relationship you thought was the one. Maybe it was a job, a healing, a financial breakthrough, a door you were certain God was opening. You did the faith thing. You spoke it. You stood on the promises, and the door closed again. Here's what I want to say before anything else. I'm not going to tell you to just keep believing and leave it there. If you've already believed and it still fell through, then just believe harder doesn't land the same way anymore. It can almost feel like a slap, like the disappointment wasn't honored. It hurts when a promise falls through. It's confusing when you thought you heard God clearly and then the outcome goes a completely different direction. And it's tempting in that moment to wonder if God was really in it at all, or if you just imagined the whole thing. I don't think that ache is a sign of weak faith. I think it's a sign you're human and you're honest and you actually let yourself hope. That's not nothing. So wherever you are right now, if you're nursing a disappointment like that, I'm not here to minimize it. I'm here to walk with you into something deeper than just believe. Because there's a truth underneath all of this that can hold you even when the outcome doesn't. Some of us have been believing for something for a long, long time. You didn't just hope for it once. You've prayed, you've held on, you've done everything you know to do, and you're still waiting. Nothing's changed. No door opened. No answer came. And when you've waited faithfully that long and still haven't received what you were promised, it's easy to start wondering, did He change His mind? Did I hear Him wrong? Was any of it even real? Proverbs chapter 19 verse 21 speaks straight into that place. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Many are the plans in your heart, and that's not a bad thing. Before anything else, hear this. God understands your pain. He's not distant from your disappointment, and He's not asking you to rush past it to get to the lesson. Your hurt is real to Him, and it's from that place, not in spite of the pain, but right in the middle of it, that His purpose still prevails. If it's His purpose that prevails, then even while you're still waiting, something greater than your plan is still moving. The story's not actually over just because it hadn't happened yet. And this connects to something even bigger in Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8 and 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. That's not God being distant or hard to reach. That's God telling us, I see more than you see. I know things about this situation that you don't know yet. Here's why this matters so much. When you've waited this long and it still hasn't come, your first instinct can be to question God's character. Did He change His mind? Was he ever really listening? But Isaiah isn't saying God's ways are worse than yours, or that he doesn't care about the details. He's saying his ways are higher. That word matters. Higher doesn't mean absent. Higher means he sees the whole mountain range while you're still standing in the valley, still waiting. So if you've been faithful this long and it still hasn't shown up, that's not proof God's plan failed. It might actually be proof that his purpose, his higher wisdom, is doing something you can't see the shape of yet. The waiting is real. The ache of it is real. But it's not the final word on whether God is good or whether he was ever with you in the first place. How do we actually live in the gap between I believed and it didn't happen the way I hoped? I want to show you Sarah. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 11 says, "By faith, even Sarah, who was past childbearing age, was enabled to bear children because she considered him faithful who made the promise." She considered him faithful who made the promise. Not she considered the outcome guaranteed. Not she considered the timeline predictable. She considered him, God himself, faithful. Sarah laughed at the promise. It looked impossible. It looked delayed beyond hope. And yet in the end, what carried her wasn't certainty about how it would happen. It was confidence in who was holding the promise. That's the shift. That's the whole shift I want to leave you with today. Instead of asking, is it going to happen the way I hoped it would? Start asking, do I know who's holding it? Here's the truth. Your peace was never actually supposed to rest on the outcome. It was always meant to rest on his character. God's character doesn't change when your plan falls through. He's still faithful. He's still good. He's still working with wisdom higher than yours, purposes that prevail even when your plans don't. The promise may look different than you imagine. It may come later than you wanted. It may not come in the form you originally prayed for at all. But the God who holds it hasn't changed, and he hasn't left. So here's your response today. Give him the outcome. Stop gripping it so tight that your faith rises and falls with whether it happens your way. Instead, plant your trust in who he is. Faithful, higher in wisdom, purposeful even in the delay. Let your prayer this week simply be, Lord, even if I don't understand, I know you. And I'm choosing to trust you, not just the outcome I wanted. That's not giving up. That's actually the deepest form of faith there is. The kind that holds on to God, even when it can't hold on to the plan anymore. That's the word for you today. Hold on to him. He's still faithful. He's still good. And he's not done writing your story yet.